അമരക്കാരനായ ലോകം കണ്ട ബുദ്ധിജീവികളിൽ ഒരാളായ പ്രിയങ്കരനായ CPIMന്റെ അഖിലേന്ത്യാ ജനറൽ സെക്രട്ടറി സീതാറാം യെച്ചൂരി കടന്നുവരുന്നു.
Today, we are honored by the presence of Comrade Sitaram Yechuri, who ready to agree to come here in Peruva for inaugurate our election convention. I extend our hearty welcome to you, Comrade, on behalf of this people of Kaduthurthi and the LDF election committee. Thank you.
तेलंगाना इंग्लिश में संसारिक्किरेन translate. So the president of this meeting in Aru, sitting member of parliament Shri Thomas Sharik Kadal, Mr. Rameshan, and our candidate from here who will be the future MLA from this constituency in the next year, Mr. Stephen George, Mr. Rameshan, Mr. Sunny, Mr. Rasen, Comrade C.J. Joseph, and Shri MP Matthew, and my dear brothers and sisters. I have come here with a special appeal to the people of Kerala. The people of Kerala have a very long tradition and a legacy of creating history and showing a direction to India and the Indian people and what should be the political nature of developments. You've done that from 1957. Today in 2021, there is a specific responsibility on you. That is to save India, the Indian Constitution, and to improve Kerala into a better Kerala. And for that, you have to create history by re-electing the LDF government to office once again in the 2021 election. And I'm sure that history will be created.
ഈ മീറ്റിംഗിന്റെ അധ്യക്ഷൻ നമ്മുടെ പ്രിയങ്കരനായ MP തോമസ് ചാഴികാടൻ അവർ, മിസ്റ്റർ രമേശൻ, നമ്മുടെ പ്രിയങ്കരനായ സ്ഥാനാർത്ഥി സ്റ്റീഫൻ ജോർജ്, വേദിയിലുള്ള ഇടതുപക്ഷ മുന്നണി നേതാക്കളെ, പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട സഹോദരി സഹോദരന്മാരെ, ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ എത്തിയിരിക്കുന്നത് നിങ്ങളോട്, ഇന്നാട്ടിലെ ജനങ്ങളോട് ഒരിക്കൽ കൂടി ചരിത്രം സൃഷ്ടിക്കണം എന്ന് അഭ്യർത്ഥിക്കുന്നതിനായിട്ടാണ്. 1957 കേരള ജനത ആ ധർമ്മം നിർവഹിച്ചു, ചരിത്രം സൃഷ്ടിച്ചു. അന്ന് അത് രാജ്യത്തിനാകെ ഒരു വഴികാട്ടിയായിരുന്നു. രാജ്യത്തിനും രാജ്യത്തെ രാഷ്ട്രീയത്തിനും അന്ന് ഒരു പുതിയ ദിശാബോധം ആ ചരിത്രം സൃഷ്ടിക്കൽ നൽകുകയുണ്ടായി. അതേപോലെ ഇന്ന് 2021 അതുപോലൊരു സാഹചര്യം സംജാതമായിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇന്ത്യയെ രക്ഷിക്കുന്നതിനും മാതൃരാജ്യത്തെ രക്ഷിക്കുന്നതിനും ബദൽ നയങ്ങളുടെ ഒരു വഴി, ഭരണഘടന ഉറപ്പു നൽകുന്ന ജനാധിപത്യത്തിലും മതനിരപേക്ഷയിലും അധിഷ്ഠിതമായ ബദൽ നയങ്ങളുടെ ഒരു വഴി, അതാണ് നമുക്ക് സൃഷ്ടിക്കുന്നതിനായിട്ടുള്ളത്. ഇന്നാട്ടിലെ ജനങ്ങൾ അങ്ങനെ ചരിത്രം സൃഷ്ടിച്ച് ഇടതുപക്ഷ ജനാധിപത്യ മുന്നണി സർക്കാരിനെ വീണ്ടും അധികാരത്തിലേറ്റും എന്ന് എനിക്ക് ഉറപ്പാണ്.
But it is only natural that the LDF should come back to form the government again, because Kerala is the only state in the whole of India where the promises made by the government, those in government today, the party in government today, out of the 600 manifesto promises made by the LDF, more than 580 have been fulfilled and the rest are in the process. There is no other state in India. There is no other state in India that works for people's welfare like the LDF government has done, and that is why it should come back to government so that this work can improve better. All this was happened in the 5 years when Kerala was attacked by natural disasters, one after another. You had a cyclone, you had your floods, then we had the corona, then we had the lockdown, you had the demonetization. But all this period, the LDF government was sincerely working to protect the people and in working in order to improve their livelihood. The government could manage to mobilize every Kerala, every Malayali speaking people in the world to stand up in solidarity with the people of Kerala in the times of trouble. That sort of unification of the people, no other government, no other force is capable of doing like the LDF can do. And that is what is required for the next 5 years. Have come, you will find the UDF and the BJP offering you many promises. Take for instance the question of old age pension. During the earlier UDF government, it used to be 600 rupees per month, which they did not implement for 18 months in a row. The LDF government increased it to 1,600. Now, and implemented it. Now the UDF says they will give 3,500. No, they say they will give 6,000. 6,000 rupees as old age pension. The BJP says they will give 3,500. When you were in government, you did not pay 600 rupees. Now you say you will give 6,000 rupees. When Modi is the Prime Minister, we asked during the Corona national lockdown, give a direct money transfer to the people who are unable to live, who lost their jobs. They did not do it. But now he has promised 3,500. We have seen the promises of the BJP over the last 5 years, 6 years. We have seen the promises of the Congress and the UDF. You will have to actually cast your vote on the basis of your real experience during these 5 years, and that is why LDF will win again, and I am very confident of that in the next election. They will make many promises and give you many assurances, like what happened on the attacks on the nuns, our Reverend nuns in the BJP ruled state The Union Home Minister yesterday has said, we assure you that we will take action on that. This sort of statements we've heard in the last 6 years. They said the same thing when Graham Staines was set on fire in the car with his son. What happened? They said the same thing when there were attacks that were done against the Christians in Kandahar region in Odisha. I went there, one of the first leaders to go there. I was received by the Reverend Bishop there. We discussed, petitioned the governments. They assured that we will take action. But nothing has happened substantially. So these actions are actually not only not to be believed, but they will never be realized. We must understand what is the true nature of these sort of politics, and it was on that basis decide on our vote. Secular democracy, economic self-reliance, social justice, and federalism, center-state relations. All these four are under severe attack and are being systematically destroyed. That is why if we have to save India, and Kerala has to protect its own culture and traditions, it is essential that these forces must be defeated and the UDF-like forces who are acting in tandem with them. Congress is not the alternative to the region. That's it. 50% of the MLAs, please more than 50% of the MLAs who have joined the BJP from other parties are from the Congress party. The loot of country's assets that was done was initiated by the Congress party, sale of the public sector, privatization. And today our country's wealth is being looted. Everything is being privatized, from railways to airports to airlines to telecommunication units, BSNL and MTNL. All your major fundamental industries, our education, our health, everything is being privatized. Tomorrow the Indian people will go and ask the central government, I want jobs. Modi will say, I don't have any public sector unit to give you jobs. Go to the private sector. If our children go to the government and say, I want education, Modi will say, I can't give you education because all schools and colleges are private. So you go and talk to them, or your parents pay the high fees. Our parents, old parents need medical attention, we go to the hospital, they say there is no government hospital anymore, all are private hospitals, so you pay the charges. So government is abdicating all its responsibility, selling looting the country's assets for private profit of their own friends, corporate friends, and everybody in the country knows who those corporate friends of the Prime Minister are. Agricultural laws. They are encircled the capital of Delhi. More than 300 farmers have lost their lives. They have become martyrs. All they are asking is repeal these laws. They destroy Indian agriculture. They destroy the Indian farmer. You discuss with the farmers, discuss with your own corporate friends, and bring new laws. But now repeal these laws. Very reasonable demand. If this was accepted 4 months ago, by now Parliament could have be discussing the new laws. No, Modi government will not accept it. The net result is agriculture is being handed over to the private sector, to the corporates, and many agricultural activities are being declared as an industry which benefit the corporates but will destroy the farmer, like it is happening with the rubber industry today now in Kerala, in your own region. Once you declare that as an industry, the farmer is ruined, the corporates may gain. But then what is the support price for that? Alternative you require, and Kerala is the only state in the country that provided an alternative. No other Congress governments in the country have given an alternative. Kerala is the only state that gives a minimum support price for 16 vegetables, apart from the other items. First time in India, vegetables get a minimum support price that no government has done, which the LDF government has done. And that is the alternative policy that is required, which the LDF has given, nobody else has given. You will require an alternative policy approach against both the BJP and the Congress. And that only the LDF has been providing. And that is why their entire anger and focus is against anybody who opposes them. The BJP central government has now created a new Trishulam. Trishulam is your three-cornered weapon. First one is money power. The second one is CBI. The third one is the ED. So anybody who opposes them, these three are used in tandem. If they cannot buy you using their money, false cases by CBI. If that is also not frightening you, then send the ED behind you to try and destabilize you. That is exactly what they are doing here. In Kerala for the last 5 years they tried, they failed. They will fail in the next 5 years also, because an LDF government is going to come. And in the next 5 years also, these tactics will not work in Kerala. And the Congress also must be told that they have been supporting the BJP and acting in tandem in all the use of this Trishulam. That is not acceptable to the Kerala people. Therefore, defeating the UDF and the BJP and re-electing LDF, that is the absolute necessity today. No interfaith marriages. Our children cannot decide whom they want to live and spend their life with. They have no right, which the Constitution gives, but they have no right. The BJP will tell our children whom they can marry, whom they cannot marry. This is how they are destroying our constitutional guarantees, our equality of everybody. That has to be stopped. And we are saying Congress is not the answer to that. They act in tandem and in fact go and join them in such efforts in many places. Therefore, the LDF victory is absolutely necessary for Kerala to maintain its tradition. The only state in India where a human being is treated as a human being. And then you are asked whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, or you are a Sikh, or an atheist like me. What is your caste? What is your Dravid plate? All that is secondary. First value is humanism. That is being destroyed. If we want to protect that in Kerala, we have to defeat the BJP and the UDF. Culture to protect our human values. It is necessary today for the LDF to be returned to form the government in these elections. That is why I am very happy that Stephen George is going to be your MLA from here. And he will join the new government that will be formed in Kerala after the election. I am very happy to welcome back the Mani Congress into the LDF after 30 years. And Jose Mani and I have been in the Rajya Sabha together. We worked in the Parliament together all through the 10 years of the UPA government. So I am very happy that all the like-minded forces are coming together in Kerala, because, as I said, this is of utmost necessity. And that is why I will take leave of you with the promise that after the new LDF government is formed